Friendship supreme. Friendship supreme. Finding the geek within.
Hey everybody, I'm Michael.
This is Cleve.
And welcome back to another exciting episode of
Friendship Supreme,
where the podcast that dares to ask, will you be picking sword or shield?
Interesting. Do you have a preference so far? Are you going to get it?
My assumption
Do you
is
care?
that, yes I care,
Okay.
and I will get it.
Okay.
My assumption is that, this is me just being me, Cleve is probably going to pick sword, so I'll pick shield.
But will you finish it?
You know what? Here, I partly blame Sun and Moon for the fact that I didn't finish it.
Okay.
It treated me like a child.
Okay.
I get that it's a game for children.
And let's go. What about that one? 2 Pokemon games you haven't finished.
I've started it twice too.
But the Goose Game you're all over.
I intend on finishing it someday.
And you have no choice.
He called me out real quick.
So, yeah, you know what? I'm back and forth. I did find out that Surfetch is only in Sword, which feels not fair.
Feels right though.
But he also has a shield.
Oh, he does have a shield too. Yeah.
Surfetch is far-fetched, well-awaited evolution, because he's been terrible, but I've always liked Farfetch.
You have, like from the beginning. You were really sad when Pokemon Go region locked him.
Yep. And he turns into pure fighting, which is interesting.
That's kind of interesting because he still has a leaf or grass like aspect to him. So if you haven't seen him, he looks like a knight.
Yep.
And he's got a sword and a shield.
His
Hence the name
little
Surfetch.
stick turns into a long sword. It's kind of
Yeah.
cool.
You go from having a leek walking stick to a leek battle sword? Broadsword?
I was gonna say beaten stick.
So does that mean that the Galarian Ponyta is going to be shield only?
Maybe.
Or is that
I'm interested in, does it evolve? I'm not sure if it is a Ponyta that will evolve or if it is past Rapidash.
I think it is a Ponyta. They've made a point to call it still Ponyta.
Okay.
So I don't think it's like Surfetched where it's a different name. So I would imagine more like a Diglett Dugtrio.
You're right, because I remember hearing the rumor is that it's supposed to turn into, what is it called when it is a unicorn with wings? Because it's a Pegasus with just the wings.
Alicorn.
Yes. It's supposed to turn into that after Rapidash.
He's making fun of me right now, I feel like. It's like-
No, that's fine. That's what you said it is, and our listeners believe you. But anyway, it's supposed to turn into that. A unicorn with wings, a Pegasus with a horn.
So Flying Fairy?
Maybe.
Because I think Ponyta, the Ponyta version, or that version is just fairy.
Fairy, maybe. I've not seen anything. I don't know if you've seen anything, but
Saw someone draw a cartoon drawing of Surfetched riding on top of the
yes,
Galarian.
as it should be.
Ponyta.
All double battles.
It was all double battle. At any point in time, if your Pokemon is mountable, Surfetched will be riding it.
That's what she said.
Was Pegacorn.
What?
Pegacorn.
Well, like it has an actual name. It's an alicorn.
Oh.
It's like Pegasus is only a horse with wings, and the unicorn is a horse with just a horn. And then there's horse.
There's only one way we could figure this out.
It's alicorn. I'm pretty confident in my
It sounds right.
You also thought
equestrian knowledge.
Warren was Michael.
You did think that.
And that's your name.
I was thinking Michael because that is the Archangel's name, and that he was originally known as Archangel, not just Angel. But
You think go first.
I thought he was Archangel first.
Retcon.
But Michael is the name of the Archangel, and that's why I thought it was Michael. Smart ass would go over there.
So, Michael. Finish this game.
Galarian? Is that what you said?
No, just look up what the word is when a horse is both a unicorn and a Pegasus. Which is Galarian? What that has to do with the Pokemon? That's the region that the Pokemon are coming from is Galar.
So it happened a while back, but Ash Ketchum had finally won the Alolan region. Yeah, woo! About time. So the big mystery now is what's gonna go forward with the anime now at this point.
New character, female led. Get woke. Black female character?
Dang, I don't think I've seen a black character in the whole anime.
No. I think
I've seen some tan
What
characters.
was that? I think Brock's the closest you get.
So yeah, in the Kanto region.
It's called a Pegacorn.
It's not.
Oh, Alicorn. You told me to look it up. And the first thing you said was, it's a Pegacorn.
So in Generation 1, he got top 16. Generation 2, top 8. Generation 3, top 8. Generation 4, top 4. I don't know if that was planned. Generation 8, Generation 5, top 8. Generation 6, he runner-up. And then this year he got to win. He did win the Orange League and the Final Frontier, but it's basically like the Canadian Football League. We're like, it's something, but is it?
I mean, he's basically the worst trainer ever for a long time.
Yep. And now you can't say it because he's the champion.
Yeah.
It's like when a quarterback wins the Super Bowl and you're like, you were not good, but you have a Super Bowl ring, so I guess I'm
Russell
wrong.
Wilson?
Russell Wilson's good.
He's okay. He's like an average quarterback.
He is. That's above average.
Okay. Above average. Yeah. I feel like people put a lot of hype on him, and then like he kind of floundered, but he also went to the Super Bowl.
Twice.
Good on you. Yeah. You're doing better than I am. I can't even
Man,
go to the
I
Super
say
Bowl
that
now.
a lot. So there has been artwork for Ash
Mm-hmm.
in the new anime, so it looks like he's going to be in there.
But
But
is he like a professor?
that'd be great. Not really, because he's still 10. But
Can they age him up quickly?
I would like a time jump. I think like 2-3 years, make him 15, and then moving on from there. He apparently has his already drawn partner, and I think what they're gonna do is they're gonna have them together. This partner's gonna play a big part, and then the next generation Ash will drop off, and that new character will continue.
So they're
In-
easily doing a breakaway.
Theory, yeah, they're gonna take an entire generation because my understanding also is that this anime season is going to visit previous regions. It's craziness, man. It's
Is
crazy.
he doing like tours? Is it like Hunger Games where after you've won you have to do tours to all the districts?
I would go back and re-challenge, but it's weird because the games have a the Elite 4.
Mhm.
The animes have like a tournament,
Mhm.
so
I just imagine he's like having to do tours like a champion, like side book signing.
I would go back and be like, hey, remember when we went? Let's do this.
Find a random book catcher, like, hey punk,
I'd find
I
Misty.
remember.
I'd find Misty and be like, hey, remember when you said I wasn't gonna be nothing? Booyakasha.
It took
In
me
that
10
face.
years as a 10-year-old.
Hey,
Still 10. But it's whatever.
20 years.
That's
20
it.
years with a
So it's
10-year-old.
20 years.
So they're going to the new region. It's UK.
Is it
based?
possible that Ash is just in a coma and is dreaming about all these things?
It is possible.
Okay. Because
They're gonna tell us
technically
that 30 years
he's
later.
10 years old.
Yeah.
The entire time.
30 years from now, they're going to come back and say, you thought this happened.
Interesting you asked that question.
Okay, sorry.
Are you,
Conspiracy?
are you on the inside?
Yeah.
You know stuff that I don't know?
I wish.
Don't lie to me.
I tweet them every day.
What's the name of the new region?
Galar. Galar. Galar?
Gator.
Galar. Galar. How would you say it?
Galar.
Okay. I was thinking Galar.
I think that's how they say it, but
Or
I don't.
Galar.
Yeah.
Even because, like I've been saying, Galarian would make the
Mhm.
most sense to me as far as like referring to the people from that region.
So the big thing about this game is that for the first time, there will be no national Pokedex. For those of you who don't know, the national Pokedex is there's a Pokedex for your region, and so you can have a Pokemon. Your Pokemon starter for that region would be number 1. The national Pokedex means that it combines all the previous Pokemon, and Bulbasaur will always be number 1 in that Pokedex.
There's 700 and something on
800.
800. No.
And it's only a matter of time before we can't continue to use all these Pokemon. And everybody's upset about it. Like, everybody's like, oh, but, I can't carry over. I'm like, but there's some Pokemon nobody cares about.
Well, and here's the thing. It's a new game.
Mm-hmm.
Get over it.
Or, you know what? I always felt like there should be some repeaters, some heavy hitters, the ones that you love. But for the most part, you play a new Pokemon game for new Pokemon.
Well, right, and that was to say that's what makes it a new game is that you're getting a whole new and you're now having to develop because we've talked about this on the side before that people take this real seriously, like tournament wise.
Yeah,
this is a big thing. But this forces you to do a different strategy. This forces you to use different characters you may not use.
Well, that's the thing is that some Pokemon are going to be there, and some are not.
Right. Well, they have to because I can't imagine that they come with 150 every time.
Right. But I mean,
if we didn't let them come up with new Pokemon, how would we get the little tiny weasel that looks like Trump?
That's true. But they also brought in Rattata, and then they do that where they revamp older Pokemon, make them new. Like I don't need the Kanto Weezing if I can get Galarian Weezing. I think Farfetch is an evolution, so I don't think that one counts as much. But the Ponyta, I can imagine not getting just a Kanto.
It's like when the Vulpix came out, the Alolan Vulpix.
Right.
Like, that was nice to have a different...
Yeah. And it's odd how much people care, but I have proof that these Pokemon aren't important. I have taken some screenshots.
You can show me Pokemon that I don't know?
And we're going to play Who's That Pokemon? And Michael, you're going to tell me...
This is rough, guys. Okay, so I played... Hold on a second. I played first generation, second generation, and then jumped to what's black and white.
You didn't play black and white.
What I played? Diamond
X and Y?
and X and Y. Ooh, rough. I played X and Y, and then I played
6.
Alolan.
I have some
skipped
in here that
4
you'll know.
generations.
I have some in here that you've seen, I should say. Ready? And we're going to put them up as we do, which is going to be your job because you had it. Michael.
I know that one.
Who's that Pokemon?
Stephanie, do you know? I know.
Magnaquack.
Magnaquack is the best name you've ever come up with.
Perfect.
And this is the first time. It's an unknown.
Yes. What type is it?
I don't know. Unknown? I remember he came around after the Mew thing because he was on the cards. There was the unknown.
Generation 2?
Yeah.
Psychic type.
Interesting. That makes
Have
sense.
you ever like, oh
Used
man,
one?
I love this guy so much, he's on my team, right?
No.
Michael.
I know this
Who's
one.
that Pokemon?
That's Stephanie?
Heartfish.
Love disc.
Type?
Ooh,
Water.
Psychic.
Water.
No, just water.
Yep. Have you ever
They
had
can have
one
2
of those?
types?
Yes, once,
Yeah.
but
I have not watched Pokemon. I don't know.
Pidgey is a flying normal type. It's been since the beginning.
Oh, okay.
He
Never
has-
mind.
So
Okay, got
he's been on a team of mine before,
Mhm.
out of necessity, like just kind of like I don't have 6, so
I was
you're on
like,
the team
when
with
has
me.
it ever been necessary?
It was a Nuzlocke.
What if you Nuzlocke that wasn't?
We Nuzlocked. I thought we had Nuzlocked X and Y. With
I
what's his
did.
name?
No, we did Fire Red Leaf Green.
Mm.
You just used a crap Pokemon for no reason. Michael, who's that Pokemon?
God, I've used him before. I like his evolution.
He's
The
just
little
a little
sunflower.
sunflower. Yeah, he's super happy.
Sunkirk?
Sunbell.
Type?
Plant.
Well, grass, yeah, sorry.
What's his name?
Sunkern,
Okay.
I was close. I said Kirk.
Yeah.
I'll be honest.
grass type.
I said Sunkirk. Kern makes so much more sense. I love this guy. I
Who's
know
that
his
Pokemon?
name.
I know his name. Hold on.
Magicoots.
He shows us he's never gonna get it. I like her answer so much better. Dillybird.
Delibird. I'll give you the pronunciation.
Ice
Type?
flying?
Ice flying.
No, I would have never used him in my life. This is the
Who's
one that.
Pokemon?
Uh,
I also picked Pokemon in Pokemon Go just to make it slightly easier also.
yeah, I appreciate that. Cast form? Because depending on when you catch him, depends on what he is.
Cutie cast.
I imagine someone was going to go with the joke with the balls at the bottom. He is cast form.
Ball gym.
He is a...
Cleavage lad.
He's the weather Pokemon. And he can be normal, fire, water, or ice.
It looks more like cleavage than balls.
Who's that Pokemon?
Zubat.
Type?
Plant? Flying plant? No. Flying?
Nope, put it on the record. It's a flying plant now.
Poison flying. And even back in the day, he was never on the team. And I think it was
No.
a pure hatred of your
In the mountain? Yeah.
Who's that Pokemon?
Gullet bird.
I enjoy that you think that the name of will also be in it, like the word bird.
Digido. Well, and Zubat.
That was back in the day when they only had 150 and they weren't being super outlandish with it.
Ekans was just snake spelled backwards.
What's a whole nother word though?
And Arbok is Cobra so with a K.
I picked Digido. That's a different
Okay.
word.
Seagullet.
Okay. Type?
Flying water.
You got the type right. Pelipper is the name.
I mean, it's a pelican and it's a bird, so I wasn't completely wrong when using its name.
Oh, I know this one.
Who's that Pokemon? But do you know this one?
Oh.
Snail of fire.
I'm pretty sure it's Slugma. Yeah, let's make it a Slugma.
Type?
Fire.
Fire.
Firebug? Is there a firebug?
Mag Cargo. The evolved form of Flugma.
Like
Fire-
escargot, but magma.
Fire,
See, they just use their word
Fire
names.
Rock. But they don't use just the flat out word. They're not like Wing Bird.
What's frustrating is I knew the evolution had something to do with escargot, but didn't realize that was the evolution.
This Pokemon takes on a form depending on what season it is. It's a deer. Who's that Pokemon?
Jesus. That's not,
It's
Dancer.
not deer season. Season deer.
I'm gonna go with
Deerson?
Dancler.
Joe deer.
Grass fairy.
Joe deer.
Normal grass. Deerling.
Deerling. It just had the word deer in it.
Right.
And we're perfectly wrong.
Yeah.
And I use
I'm
all
trying
three.
so hard to not use words that are the animal, and please.
I used all three evolutions. I'll let you pick if you can get one. There's a picture of Electric Justice in there just because I needed it to be even. It's one of the stupidest Pokemon I feel in the world.
Oh, it's the ice cream Pokemon.
Who's that
I
Pokemon?
love him.
Because you like simple things as a simpleton.
No, because they had a mashup of him and May, and it was a cute drawing.
What's one of their names? Typing, I think you can probably.
Can we get a Galarian version?
Sunday. Coniker. Conacream. Coneman.
Rocky Road.
Okay.
That's what I needed. To
Type?
Ice Fairy.
Okay. Just ice.
Anytime it looks happy, I attach fairy to it.
Vanillite. Vanillish. Vanillux.
Vanilla.
Dude, Pokemon on the planet.
I can agree.
But that's my point, is that those Pokemon were on nobody's teams, and yet they're going to be upset that they don't get carried over. You know what I mean? Like, there's 800. There's some bad ideas in there. We don't need them to all carry over. So, the last thing I have for you, Michael, is the ultimate question. In the anime, now that Ash has won the Pokemon League, he's the champion. Do we get to find Stephanie?
Sorry.
I'm just kidding. Do we get to find Ash's father?
Can it be a Detective Pikachu situation where all
It's
this
been,
time
it's been Pikachu the whole time? I'm okay with that.
Is that why Detective Pikachu had to happen? So that we could then be like, well,
Justify it.
look,
See, it
it's
happens.
there.
They ran into Mewtwo
Yeah.
one time, right? Well, Michael, I have a theory for you.
Is Professor Oak his dad?
You would think that, but he's not.
Do you need a whiteboard this time?
Giovanni? No. Mr. Mime? Don't be weird.
Mr. Mime! That'd be the best.
Do you think perhaps Silver, who was introduced one time, who has a non-evolved Pokemon, the inability to recognize bad guys, saw Moltres when he was small, like when Ash saw Ho-Oh as a little boy, and he has a moral code, and prefers to goof off? No. I know the answer. Let me get the board out. I'll draw it up for you.
Oh my god. Not the board.
Do you need
I never
markers?
broke this thing.
I already have the markers.
Oh. You're prepared.
Yep. I've been prepared for like 3 weeks. Hey man, help me out.
Yep.
Do you think Ash just he cheated like Michael cheated in his Pokemon tournament?
Michael, talk about how you cheated in your Pokemon tournament.
Stephanie, shut your mouth. Can you write like this, or do you need me to show it to
I
you?
can. But I mean, we can do either. Preferably as we go.
Yeah. You write. I'll talk.
Talk right now. I can't. I gotta explain.
He has to explain
How do
his
you get there?
insanity.
I have colors.
Oh, well. In California, we took Pokemon real seriously, and they had Pokemon Game Boy tournaments throughout the mall one summer, and they were different malls, and you could earn different badges. And I might have made it to the Elite Four version of what we had, and I possibly got swept up in the miss and go glitch, and they have a way of finding out, and they found out and told me that I couldn't compete anymore. And then one kid was like, "You can compete with my Pokemon," and I was like, "Okay," and I did, and I won, but barely.
But did you?
And yeah, did I? But hey, in fairness, I didn't use the miss and go cheat to help me. Those Pokemon were already.
You were just finding out cool glitches and being a kid.
Yeah, and then I got punished for it.
I get it. It's cheating though.
I wish I had those badges still though. They were cool little patches. I'm sure I could just go buy patches now. But
You should look on eBay and see if you can find them. That'd be interesting.
it's weird because everybody I've ever talked to never had anything like this. So I don't know
No.
what it
I had
was
nothing.
or who put it on. I don't know if it was the Pokemon Company or Game Freak or if it was just some random
It was just your
youth
mom.
engagement thing. But I remember going to these things and taking it very seriously.
Your mom, Stephanie.
What if your mom put this all together?
The whole thing? I don't
Yeah,
think so.
put the whole thing together just so you can win and feel good about
I don't
yourself.
think she had officials.
We're gonna cross episodes.
Like-
Did Xavier just put it into your mind and made you think you did?
See, 30 years ago you thought this happened, but it really didn't.
I have.
It makes me want to put tournaments on for my kid. Be all right, this week you must beat me using these Pokemon.
I always thought it would be cool to be like, here's these random Pokemon, I need you to be able to win. Because then it would take more strategy than it would beefing them up. But I guess
That's what I always did in Pokemon.
Pokemon Stadium
was
lets you rent them.
Yeah.
Alright, Michael. So, there have been 22
There's two
Oh.
notebooks.
Pokemon movies that have been out. Right.
Movies? Or
Movies.
straight to TV.
Movies.
Okay.
Not all of them went to theater, no.
Didn't only one go to theater?
I think the I Choose You went to theater.
No, okay.
But I believe that the answer to Ash's father has been there the whole time.
Is it Mewtwo?
It's not Mewtwo.
Is it Gary?
That's the obvious answer, Michael. Jeez.
So, the first movie was Mewtwo, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Mewtwo, first movie.
The markers smell good.
Ash, Misty, and Brock and Pikachu
I can't see that at
face
all.
Mewtwo in bioengineered Pokemon.
Different color, man. You can't see it.
It's fine.
They can't see it on the camera.
They'll see the other ones, and it all makes sense. The next movie was Pokemon Destiny of Diex? I don't know. It's a space thing.
Like Jason in space.
Yeah, it's basically an alien Pokemon that comes to space. Ash saves the day, right? Don't get high on your own supply.
It's the only way that all this makes sense.
Nah, man. The next one is... That was Pokemon movie number 7, by the way. Pokemon movie number 11 was Giratina. And it was Pokemon Giratina the Sky Warrior. And the Sky Warrior. Giratina changed reality. I don't want to get marker on your blanket. Giratina? Then you have Pokemon Arceus and the Jewel of Life. Pokemon Arceus and the Jewel of Life was movie number 12. And let's see, the legendary Pokemon came back. It's basically like the Pokemon equivalent of God. And he came back to control all the power.
Is this a roundabout way to tell me that you want another Howard the Duck movie again?
Wait till we get there.
Howard the Duck is Ash's dad.
Howard the Duck is Ash's dad because Psyduck and things.
Movie number 4 was Celebi, Pokemon Forever. And Celebi's
a little punk.
alright. And then the last movie is movie number 19. It is Pokemon movie, Volcanion and the Mechanical Marvel. This was about a Pokemon named Magearna? Doesn't matter.
You know what Pokemon...
And that Pokemon has the ability called Soul Heart.
You know what Pokemon should never be allowed to be in the next games? Is anyone that was used in the tournament. You don't need Metal Cross to ever exist again.
Okay.
These are the thoughts behind the whiteboard that are happening.
If you want to take a look real quick, I feel you go right. Okay, bring it back over here. Between us.
I'm just looking real quick. Okay.
Okay. So, what I'm proposing to you,
Dude, should I just mount this here for you from now on?
Ash's father,
Okay.
who allowed this boy to be 10 for all these years.
Is it an executor? Is that a mushroom? Is it Mario?
It's the Infinity Gauntlet.
What is the Infinity Gauntlet? Is Thanos his dad?
That's why there's colors.
That's my belief. Check this out. Ready? Ready? Ready?
Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah. Jesus Christ. What have we become?
Palette Town,
Yeah.
Color Palette, Color Wheel, Wheelhouse, House of the Rising Sun, Sun God, Roman Titan.
Thanos.
Thanos is the Mad Titan, man. How else do you explain this kid being 10 for so long?
It's true. The time zone. Arceus' his power and Jesus' face.
I know you needed that question answered, and there it is for you.
Well, I think that Howard the Duck might become a movie.
You should bring the whiteboard up here.
I think that...
Oh.
Yeah, just for a second.
Yeah.
I don't think that... I don't think this one's ever going to come to fruition, man.
But how do you explain all the adventures? And they just so happen to correlate with the stones themselves.
I don't even know what to do with this right now.
You can put it down now.
The stones, I don't know, man.
You tell me, man. You tell me.
Look, I think Howard the Duck was a possibility. This might be a stretch.
I'm stuck in a lot of wires.
I think the only way you were able to make this kind of connection is by increasing your brain power by drinking Bang. Bang, bang.
I'm just saying, man. I don't see any other answer.
So Thanos is
Ash's father.
Ash's father.
I really thought we were like, Gary's dad, or...
That would make them stepbrothers, and that would be weird, Michael.
That would actually make sense.
Where's your theories?
You're right. I don't have any, man. Well, then.
I guess mine's canon right now. Until you
I don't think we can say it's canon.
come up with something better, man. I would love to hear it.
I almost would be on board with Sir Fetched or Mr. Mime.
Don't be gross. It's animal cruelty.
Yeah, there's a section somewhere out there.
And then there's female Mr. Mimes, so
Right, but her Mr. Mime is not.
How do you know?
And that is kind of weird. How do you have a female Mr. Mime?
And there's no gender difference like Nirvans. Anyway, I solved a question that's never been answered, and I've solved two questions. One will eventually get the answer. One has never been answered, and you answered nothing.
One that the MCU is somehow also intertwined with.
They're intertwined with both. You tell me these two major companies, you don't think they talk?
Eventually, MCU is gonna own Pokemon because
Right.
Disney's gonna own Pokemon.
The Avengers are going to run out with
That'll
Pokeballs on their
never
hips.
This is never going to happen again. Yes, my mind's broken. I don't want to do this anymore.
I don't have to. I did all the work. Here's the thing: when you don't have an answer, but you can't accept the one given to you, what does that make you? You did this last time,
All right.
where you pooped on it, and then you're like, the more you talked
I
about
had
it,
to talk it through it. So you're shocking me a little bit.
I know,
I had to
man.
talk it through.
It is-
I've got some issues going on.
you know what else can
here.
hit you with a shock? That bang.
Bang bang. Sponsor. This episode has been brought to you by, or potentially could be brought to you by, Bang.
If you want, you can.
Honestly, all we're asking for is free drinks. I have to talk through it, man. You're saying a lot, and it's blowing my mind.
I know, man. It blew mine too when I found it. I got to the answer, and it was like Nicolas Cage and the National Treasure.
Benjamin Franklin? Bifocals?
Good God.
That movie was rough.
I partly believe, I didn't think the movie was that bad. I partly believe that it was more about his real life. Because he's a crazy man. And I 100% believe that he went to go hunt for treasure.
Does Josh Brolin
You know, he
also
went-
play the voice of Ash's father in the new anime?
That would be up to Disney. That's where you bring him in. That's a lesson.
Here's your problem. I don't imagine those two titans of industry ever getting together.
I don't know, man.
Do we want that to happen?
Sony and Disney figured it out. And if they can, anybody can.
Do we really want Disney to also obtain Pokemon?
No, I want Pokemon by Disney.
Oh, yes.
This episode is not sponsored by Disney.
That's gonna happen.
Actually, please, Disney, sponsor us.
Disney, if you'd like to buy our company, please.
But they'll just recast us.
As more handsome people?
Mm-hmm.
That's okay.
Well, you guys.
Can they dub it? Can they dub our voices over?
Did you say they'll recast us as more handsome? Because how could you get more handsome?
Yeah, basically. I look forward to tomorrow because I get better looking every day.
If Disney sponsored us, I could sing Disney songs all the time.
You wouldn't have to worry about the 15-second rule
Yeah.
that you.
That's just an
That you told
imaginary
me
rule
about.
that I told him once, and he has made me stick to it.
Don't make up things like you don't like pancakes.
I don't not like pancakes. I just think waffle is the more superior breakfast food.
One time we went somewhere and I was like, "Oh, there's a pancake house," and he was like, "I hate pancakes."
I didn't say
So why say it?
pancakes. What I
If
meant
you don't
was,
believe it,
what I meant was waffles are the superior breakfast.
I believe what I
Food.
say.
Cleve's just building things now.
Sir Fetch. It fell.
How'd that work out for you?
About as good as my best friend supporting my plans.
I supported your plan.
Too
I'm
late!
on board. I'm on board now. You got me. You roped me in.
It's too late.
How do we make this happen?
Thank you for tuning in to the last episode of Friendship Stream.
If you guys have any theories on what Cleve just said, please let us know down below. Like Cleve said, if you have dying questions like what's the meaning of life, or did the
Look,
egg
nobody
or the
can
chicken
answer
come
that.
first? Well, yeah,
but
it's probably
like,
too. If
give
the
me-
chicken and the egg came first, like if you have questions for this, guys, Cleve will find the answer. Let us know in the comments down below, or feel free to tag us in social media and ask us questions.
Yep, we have a Instagram, we have a Facebook, we have a Twitter. They are all Friendship Supreme. Twitter has no eyes, because all eyes are on us. These guys. The super sleep.
Make sure to check out our Patreon as well. There's lots of cool things. We should be adding some more content on there. Stephanie, check it out. We've got lots of cool tiers with different stuff. If you guys want, we'll make you cups, or write you letters, or take pictures, or honestly, if you join the top tier, we've already said we will fly out and take you out to lunch and talk about whatever you want. But we have to go out so that you can't, like, what was it, Misery?
Come
I don't
on,
want
come
the
on,
like the
Go into my basement.
yeah, I don't need what was her name, the Bobby Boucher's mama.
In the Stephen King.
But in
book.
Misery, yeah, where she breaks his legs. Yeah, no, we don't need that situation. So you do have to go out with us. But like we'll treat you right, like Chili's.
Don't stand us up.
We don't want to be stood up. But anyway, if you guys have any questions or anything, let us know. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode. Comment down below. Let us know if you're gonna pick Sword or Shield, because that's really what this started as. And then Cleve got a hold of it.
That's gonna be the new one. It's gonna be Sword, Shield, and Gauntlet. If it is, I'm right. Because you know they're gonna have a third one.
They didn't have a third one for Sun and Moon.
Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon.
That's just a rehashing.
It's the same game.
Okay.
Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, Gold, Silver, Crystal,
I don't even remember Crystal.
White, Black, White 2, Black 2. The laziest of names. I think
Red, blue.
X and Y was supposed to get Z and it didn't.
Alright.
Sword, shield, gauntlet.
Gauntlet!
I've been Michael.
I didn't even think about that part. This is clean.
I've been Michael.
And I usually do a quote, but I want you to give us. You're the voice actor of the team.
Yep.
I want you to give
Got
us
it.
your best Pikachu. 3, 2, 1.
I'm so nervous.
I know. That's why I gave you a countdown so that you couldn't. So that you had to go.
Pikachu?
Pikachu. You know what? The best Pokemon you got. I'm gonna guess who you picked.
You already know. It's not fair.
Go. I said Hunter. But he can do a Hunter. Go.
Wobbuffet.
That's why I'm a vet. I said Hunter. Go.
Hunter?
Mm-hmm. Stephanie, any Pokemon of your choice. Go.
Go.
Wrong. 'Cause Jigglypuff carries the tone. Thank you.